Hey everyone, it's Andy here, and today I'm just going to talk about an update on what's happening with tax refunds from the IRS. It's their normal weekly update. I'm also going to touch on some really common tax codes that folks are seeing on their transcripts, which may be causing issues with either delayed refunds, reduced payments, or when they actually know their refund is issued. So I'll talk a little bit about that to give you some insight based on all the comments I've been seeing. As always, if this information is useful to you, please hit the like button and keep subscribing to get more videos like this. So you can see here that the IRS has now issued their most recent weekly statistics update on what's happening with their processing. Um, Overall, they've now processed around close to 36 million returns they've received, and they've processed of those around 33.5 million. This is about a 10 million jump from last week, so pretty good progress. Again, in total, we probably expect to see between 150 to 170 million tax returns filed this year, so there's still a long way to go. But we're about one-third in the way into tax season, and the IRS has been keeping up. But there's definitely backlogs and issues. I think everyone's noticing that who have been still waiting for the refund after more than 3 weeks. The good thing is the average refund also has increased. The IRS is paying a lot more refunds now that the PATH Act is over. The average refund is almost up to 3,500, and this is a bit larger just because obviously early filers are the most eligible for refunds. They want to get the money back the fastest, so you tend to see refunds jump. And then during tax season, the refund amount will probably drop to what we're expecting, maybe a 2,800 to $3,000 average this tax season. But there are a lot more tax credits to be claimed, and so I think that's why you will probably see a larger refund. You can see here sort of a table that I've put together comparing the last 3 weeks, and you can see a good trend up, reflecting sort of the numbers up above here and then how it's trended. So the good thing is the IRS has really upped their refund processing. I think this particular week was really high just because a lot more paths related, those were held up because the earned income tax credit or the child tax are getting processed. And so that's really up the refund amount as well. And you'll probably see this over the next 2 weeks. And then, like I said, the trend will be going down. And I'll be posting these weekly updates. So, please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already to keep getting more of these updates and, see the progress of the IRS. I'm going to talk a little bit on this section about sort of a lot of the tax codes people are seeing on their transcripts when they try and figure out what's happening with their tax refund or their tax processing. And there's probably 3 or 4 common codes, and I've got an article which I'll link in the description below that talks about all the many different codes. But some of the common ones I'm seeing over here, include, and I've got 2 transcripts here on the screen. You can see which sort of an example because I want to show you 2 different views. So tax code 898, you may see this under tax topic 203. It really refers to when your refund is reduced due to non-IRS debt. And I've covered this in a previous video, so have a look at that for details. But basically, another federal agency has instructed the IRS, and it's legally allowed to do that, to reduce your refund by whatever amounts you owe them. It could be a state or federal agency, it could be for unemployment, child support. And generally what happens is the IRS is mandated to then get that offset amount and then reduce your refund by whatever that offset has been approved. And again, like I said, I've covered that previously, so have a look at that video. But 898, which relates to topic 203, is why you'll see this on your tax transcript, and you'll also see the result in WMR and IRS to go, which an amount that shows it was less than what you maybe have been expecting. So this is a pretty common one I'm seeing this year as well. The other one, what you may see, is tax code 570. So what this basically means is that due to additional processing, maybe they found discrepancies with your recovery rebate, your stimulus check payments, maybe you claimed it twice, or your amount you put into your 1040 tax form was not correct, or what it matches with what the IRS has on records. Could be the wage income is not consistent. The IRS will automatically make adjustments based on a review. This is not a full audit, but it's basically IRS saying, hey, this is what we have in our systems, this is what we believe is correct. And so they'll offset it against what you will see here is sort of your normal credits you'll get, the 766 and the 768 code, which is 768 is earned income credit, and 766 is all your refundable credits. Think of it, all those stimulus checks, also called the recovery rebate credits. So that's a negative number means that's what you're getting back because this is what the IRS owes you. So when you see a 570, it means those amounts will likely be reduced for whatever the IRS feels is the necessary action. And this year, what's happening is a lot of people are reclaiming their third stimulus check, even though they got it last year. And so the IRS is reducing the payments with code 570. And so it does potentially delay your refund because the IRS has to do another review to get the right amount. They'll send you a notice. You can technically appeal that as well, and that's for anything that IRS changes, they have to send you a notice. But just a lot of people are seeing 570, and this is sort of what it means. It will reduce your refund. You'll still get it paid, but just at the reduced amount, similar to the 898 tax code. Again, the other one that is probably more worrying that if you see those is tax code 420. So again, it goes through a progression, and I'll post a whole article on how the IRS audit process works, but it'll go from code 424 to code 420, which means that your return is under an audit. An audit means that they weren't able to resolve it themselves, and so it'll go to a more detailed review. Now, most audits are done by correspondence. That means through letters, so it's not like a full-blown audit you may be afraid of, but you'll have to provide more information. It will add several weeks probably to your refund being paid. You'll get a notice, and you'll see this as 971 on your transcript. And the notice name is actually CP75, which when it relates to tax credits, and there's a whole bunch of different ones, which I said I'll post the article I have on this. But just to know that 420 is probably the one you don't want to see because it does mean your return will be delayed. Again, no need to freak out, and you'll have to wait for the IRS to send you information. You'll have to send them information back, and so that whole thing adds up. But that's a code that folks are seeing right now as well. And then on a good note, here in green, you'll see code 846. So this is the one you want to see with a date for this tax year. So it's really important you look at the date and to make sure that it's the correct tax year, not the previous one, because it'll have 846 for every tax year. But this really 846 means your refund has been issued according to the IRS. Now, you may see this on your transcript a day or two before or a day or two afterwards. It just depends on timing and how it's processed. The WMR or IRS to go app will show that the refund has also been paid. So 846 just confirms that. Until you see 846, all the other dates could be changing because that just means that the IRS is processing a return, either doing adjustments, you're on an audit, or there's other offsets being applied, right? So look for code 846. That's the one you want. You also want to make sure the date is here. You can check your cycle code to see, when your refund will be coming. And again, I've got videos on that in earlier days I've published, so have a look at that. But these sort of big codes, 898, 570, 420, 846, are the ones folks are seeing on their tax transcript, when they don't get enough information from WMR or IRS to go. So hopefully that gives you help. I'll post link to each of these codes with a whole article explaining what this means for your refund. And if this helps you, again, please hit the like button. It really helps me with the YouTube algorithm, and keep subscribing to get more updates like this along tax season. Thanks, and bye-bye.